Hi, I'm Scott Hebert. I'm a teacher from Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta, Canada. I teach grade 8 science and social studies. And one of my biggest passions as a teacher that I've come to realize is the principle of student engagement. And the reason that I really have taken or caught eye to this is because I believe every teacher in their career should start off teaching in elementary, grade 3 or younger. And the reason I say this is because my first job was a physical education specialist from kindergarten to grade 4 in a school that was K to 12. So I saw the entire spectrum of kids from their first year to their last year of school. And what I saw was when you go to school as a 5 or 6 year old, you may have seen Sesame Street or Barney the Dinosaur or some other educational show that made you super excited about school. It made you want to learn and meet friends and play. And that's what school was when you started. School has an idea, a way of pulling this away from kids, and the excitement and fun of learning gets changed to regimentation, desks, rows, textbooks, and quiet, which if you look around the world, that is not exactly the way the world functions. Our most successful companies focus on more freedom and autonomy and creativity in order to drive their business and collect investors and all those different kinds of things. So one of the things I always say is we really need to tackle the true crisis that's in schools, which is the engagement crisis. So of course, people lean on technology and they say, well, my classroom is very engaged. We have iPads. But when you look at how they're being used, they're just taking this thing and they're just digitizing it. And they're actually, I believe that a lot of the time in education, technology becomes a crutch that we lean on when we don't know what else to do. So when I took my principle of gamification, my goal was to not only extrinsically motivate kids, which I'm a big proponent of. We sometimes need to get the hook in order to get reeled in by a subject. So if I'm the fish and I got no worm on the hook, why am I biting the hook? So we have to figure out a way to get kids excited. So gamification will do this extrinsically. What you find is as you reel them in, as they bit the hook, is that the interest in the subject matter, in my case, science, begins to increase. And the way I figured this out was doing something that I think, again, is underutilized in education. When we want solutions to problems with students, how often do we actually sit down with the kid and ask what works, what doesn't work, what would you change, what would you keep the same in order to improve the way the class is? We go to doctoral researchers, we go to PhDs, we go to textbooks, we go to professors, all those different kinds of things. When in reality, the answer is sitting right in front of you times 30 in your classroom, and it's the students. So when I we had a bit of a family medical emergency where we had to move cities to help someone who was ill. And when we did that, I gave up that position and ended up going into grade 8 sciences. And immediately I went from young, enthusiastic kids excited about everything, showing up to phys ed, telling me about, they made volcanoes in science and how the eyes work, and so excited about learning, to the zombie walk of kids with their heads down and the 500-pound backpacks being bored. And I immediately went, okay, I've only been teaching for 4 years. This is year 5. Am I really going to do this for the next 25 years of my career? So I looked at and talked to kids and found out that almost every student I talked to, the problem was engagement. Why do we do this? How do we do this? What's the point of why we do this? Why don't we have trust from our teachers? Why can't we be creative? And when you address those issues, you unearth the fact that they are looking for engagement, real effective purpose about what it is that they're expected to do. And I really think that when you talk to kids, you will find out that when they are engaged, while there is no silver bullet for classroom management, that is as close as it gets. Students who are into what you're doing and excited about what you're doing tend to be better behaved, more responsible, and produce better quality work. And that being said, that's why I believe that student engagement is such an important thing. And not the fluffy, hey, use a computer, you're super engaged. Get them embedded and entrenched in that project, in that assignment, in that unit, in that topic, by doing things that connect to them. And how do you connect with them? Talk to them. It's the best advice that I would give any teacher. Talk to your kids and find out what it is that they want, hope for, or need.